Fonzie, we're back.
Did Cookout hit last night or no?
Dude, okay. So, when Gannon was signing autographs, one of the staff members came up to me and, like, congratulated me. And he had what looked like this bomb chicken wrap in his hand. I was like, where did you get that? Like, I thought it was a food truck. It's like, oh, it's like right in this building over here. I was like, what? He's like, do you want it? I was like, yeah. And it was so good. It was cold fries, but it was so good after a long day. And then when I got the Cookout, I just wasn't hungry at all. So I didn't get a tray. Or I just got an Oreo shake because Gannon made me, and some chicken nuggets. And that was it.
I didn't get anything, just some chicken nuggets and an Oreo. Dude, it hits. It's good. I was saying to Josh before we started, it's the best 7 out of 10 that you can have. It's always reliable.
Yeah, and it's so cheap. And it's like a lot of food for like $10, or like not even, like it's like $8 the trays. And what is the big back tray? That's what Austin keeps saying Joe gets. Like what?
No.
Like
It's a joke. He keeps saying
okay.
it just as like, making fun of Joe, just being like, yeah, I'll take a big back tray.
I thought it was like a secret menu item.
Did you ask
for
it?
No.
I wish.
I thought about it. I don't know if you saw my story the other day. It was like a week ago. It was at Cookout where I did. You know how you order and they're like, 2 burgers, please. Mm-hmm. I did my own. What it was some.
Oh yeah, I saw.
I forget what it was exactly, but yeah. So
yeah, they made a killing there for sure because it was the closest place to the
normal
course.
Cookout order probably is. I don't know. As of right now, I'd say the 2 quesadillas, and then I'll probably get a chicken wrap on the side. Sometimes I go 2 chicken wraps, and then maybe like cheese bites. I don't know.
It's a great time to talk about the sponsor for today's video. Thank you to Cookout for being the first sponsor on the podcast. We really appreciate your support.
Thanks, Cookout. Send me all the cheer wine you can, please.
Yeah, Queen City Classic came and went, but more importantly, we do have Josh this week, and I want to hear all about anything related to Creators Cup stuff, if not Creators Cup itself.
I did not oversleep this time. My voice
Let's
may
go.
sound not ideal though, so.
Yeah, I'm so glad I'm back on Eastern time, just for the fact that I can wake up at 9 a.m. And not 8 a.m.
There you go. Yeah, so I can kind of talk about what happened in the Creator Cup. For those listening who do not know what the Creator Cup is, Foundation, well, the long story is Ace Bros posted a video. If you don't know the Ace Bros, they're a few guys up in Wisconsin who were like, we need more creator collabs. We need to do something like golf does with, I think they call theirs the
Internet Invitational.
And so that kind of got the ball rolling. A bunch of people shared it. Things started moving. And then pretty soon after that, a guy named Nate Conkle, who also makes content, kind of got involved. Pretty soon after that, Bear Bite deemed it the Bear Bite Invitational. And so they started working behind the scenes to get something set up. Pretty soon after that, they split ways because Bear Bite had other intentions that the Ace Bros and Conkle didn't really have. I think Bear Bite's still working on his, but pretty much the Ace Bros and Conkle's version of the Creator Cup Internet Invitational got picked up by Foundation and Dynamic Discs and turned into the Creator Cup, which is what I was a part of a couple weeks ago now. And so it's 16 creators. A few like Bodanza and I were team captains, and then Broderick was one of the guys, and the rest were a little bit smaller creators who like make really good stuff but might not be as well known. And so I think it went really well. I was really pleased with the format. Like, I think there's a lot of improvements that can be made, and I'm really interested to see like what people think about it when they watch it. I think that next year there should be like qualifiers for creators that want to qualify, and I think we can make it way bigger, and it can be really cool.
Qualifying in the sense of, are you saying like teams were uneven in terms of like skill level, or are you saying just like to try to be like, hey, yeah, cool, you are a disc golf content creator, not just getting like a random person on?
I'm not going to say anything about teams being uneven because I think that'll be spoilers. We did draft. So Bodanza and I were team captains, and we drafted from a list. We knew players' ratings and stuff like that. But what I think would be the best, pretty much I think there should be qualifiers because I don't think there was enough promotion done for it. I really think that this thing can be like, I think it can be a big driver of people into the sport of disc golf, because if we make it a big enough ordeal, people will be like, what? The Creators Cup in disc golf? Like, interesting. And then especially if it's some of the best content they've ever seen, just period, like they'll try disc golf, in my opinion. And so with qualifiers, how I think it should work is there should be like 4 qualifiers. One video goes on Bodanza's channel. That's a qualifier. One video goes on Broderick's channel. One video goes on my channel. And then one video goes on someone else's channel, where like in each of our respective areas, we get 20 creators from around us that drive in, fly in, whatever. And we make our own qualifier video. And then we each get 5 of those players, and those are who qualify for the actual like big creator invitational. The idea kind of spawned from how Mr. Beast did his like first weaning of Beast contestants, year 1 of Mr. Beast, you know, his reality TV show. It's just an idea. I think the big thing is, I think next year, now, I don't know what Foundation has planned to promote this anymore, but so far it's literally just been one graphic. Pretty much while we were there, we were told not to post anything about the Creator Cup until the graphic was posted, and I think it was just a bad idea to have not announced it yet, because I think there could have been a lot of really cool content come out right then and there. If we were able to be like, oh, Creator Cup, blah, 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 haha, so awesome. And now it's like, I think there are some creators who have stuff planned to come out, but like, I'm sure there's a lot of missed opportunity by being like, oh, you can't post about this until we post the announcement. And also it was like, yeah, we have no clue when we're going to post the announcement. So it's like, okay, well, I'm just not even going to post anything. Like, if I knew I could have posted on a certain day or at a certain, like, while we were still there, like, I would have done a much better job promoting it. So
yeah, that's tough.
Just my opinion.
I know they have like Champions Cup coming up in a couple weeks too, so I'm sure they're going to be busy with some other things that are going on. I don't really know what the involvement is with that, but obviously it's right in their backyard, so I would assume they're doing stuff with that too.
For sure. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I feel like I'm kind of hating, but I think it was amazing. It was the first year. There's obviously logistically so much to figure out. Like, there's literally 16 people from all over the United States that had to come in and film for 3 or 4 days. So, like, it's not an easy ordeal to organize. There was multiple cameras, there was multiple cards, you know, like, there's a lot going on. I think they did an amazing job. I'm just saying what I think can be better going into next year. So, don't get me wrong. I think they did an amazing job, but...
Well, the beauty of it is it seems like you guys are able to collaborate and do stuff outside of the actual challenge itself, right? Like, how long were you guys there for? Like, 4 days, something like that?
I was there from Tuesday till Saturday. I think we only filmed Wednesday through Friday for the actual thing. The issue for me was I was trying to pump out a video, so kind of all my free time was spent either just like hanging out at the course or editing. I know a few of the smaller creators said that they would like to film with me, and I told them if I finished my video, I would, and I didn't finish my video, so I did not do a ton of collabs. I did some short form stuff with a bunch of people, but I didn't really like film any bigger videos. I know something also interesting is just like, for us, it was more of like a vacation, like we're on a trip, so like let's make the most of it. For the foundation guys, that's where they live. So once we were done filming, it was funny. It was kind of a joke with the creators. Like the second we finished filming, we were like, oh my gosh, foundation guys vanished. Like where the heck did they go? Like no clue. Because a few of the smaller creators were kind of like, oh, like I wanted to ask Hunter or ask Trevor or blah, blah, blah. Ask those guys to help me with something or, you know, collab with me or whatever. So I don't know. I think it'll iterate. I think that there are a lot of ways we can improve it moving forward. And there are, I guess the lineup is announced. Have you guys seen the RIP disc golf guys before?
Yeah, I just met them for the first time this week.
Yeah, so they're the guys that do the how far can you throw, and then it's like if you can throw that far, you get any disc from this bag. That's their main shtick right now, per se. But I think they'll be one of the bigger creators by this time next year, just because of the ideas that they have. I mean, the success that they've seen, and then it's two guys, it's two brothers. Whit has kind of been the guy in front of the camera, and then Jake's the guy behind the camera. And Jake was the head camera operator for Mr. Beast for like a long time. And so like they kind of have a lot of connections, and they're just set up to succeed. So I'm really excited to see where they go specifically, because from what we've talked about a lot, they have pretty similar mission to what I have. And that's to like reach outside of disc golf. Like obviously they're getting millions of views on these short form content about disc golf, and we do not have millions of people. Well, we probably have millions of people playing disc golf, but you know, I think that they're reaching outside of disc golf very well. So I'm really excited to see their growth specifically. And then there's a lot of really other cool creators that were also there.
Well, yeah, RIP is like kind of crazy. It's like each of their reels they post get over 1 million views, like without a doubt. It's kind of just crazy to see.
It's
like
baseline. That's kind of baseline for every reel they post. It's insane.
Yeah, and I think it's because it's just like the simplicity of it, and I think that's they're truly reaching outside of disc golf because how simple it is and how short it is, and it's just like. And it's just like kind of like ooh, disco far, you know, like you know, or whatever. Like, oh, is he gonna get it? It's just like so simple. So it's so cool to see like kind of that. Like I'm surprised they're like the first ones to really do like short form kind of like man on the street disc golf related stuff. Because
I think
like
people have tried, but I think people have done it unsuccessfully. Like,
okay, yeah.
I think
I've only seen them, so like I was just about to say like I'm surprised, and like kudos to them for you know, just doing that, because it's like it feels like a no-brainer.
How I feel is similar to you. Like you said, the simplicity. I think that is why it's so successful. Like when we were there, like I did one, and they were like, okay, here's how we do it. Like every single time, every single one of those videos is how far do you throw? Okay, if you throw this far, you get any disc in the bag, and then the throw happens. That is how it happens every single time. And then after that, some funny stuff can happen, or like, oh wow, that went so far, or oh, that was a bad throw, or whatever happens. And it's simple. It reaches outside of disc golf because it's like, oh, I wonder how far does he throw? It adds that inherent tension of like, I need to get the reveal. And then typically the second that you figure out how far they throw, the video's over. And then like if they reach the goal, then they pick a disc, but it's typically like grab a disc. Oh, here it is in the video. And so that's why I think they've found so much success, is because it's so simple, but also has so many elements of tension. The issue that I foresee, and I could be completely off and completely wrong with this, is I think it will run out someday. I think that people will stop being as interested in that exact format in like, I don't know. I don't even want to put a time frame on it.
Well, there's so much like you can do like Ace or like I don't know, challenges. Like the challenge spectrum of with anything. Obviously, it's like Mr. Beast-esque. There's so much you can do in disc golf of like, you know, like I don't know, miss a putt or try and make it a certain distance. Like if you have a waterfront or like I don't know. There's so many challenges you can do. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Last one to put your hands on your disc. I don't know. That one's kind of way too long, but I think yeah, they're just doing what works right now. But I think in the future, I think they can just pivot to so much stuff that I think it'll.
Yeah,
be...
no, I've seen them try a decent amount of other stuff, but it's definitely not found as much success as their current.
Yeah, for sure. Just because that's like the hot token.
Yeah,
I guess, but I still think. I mean, dude, they have like 50,000 subscribers already. It's like insane.
yeah.
I still think like even maybe like it cooling off, like they're getting like millions of views per reel. So,
Yeah,
like,
sorry.
if
When I
it's
say cooling off, like I think that I don't know. Like I don't think that they're gonna tap out the entire United States of people
like,
who will
like
be
they're gonna get 1,000 views
interested.
now.
Like I think that it'll just cool down. Like I think that it won't average 2 million views per video. What I do, like I said, I genuinely think in a year they'll be one of the biggest disc golf creators, and that's because like they are already iterating. I think they know that it will run out at some point, but like obviously they are hitting it hard now because it's working. So, but they're also at the same time trying other formats, other things, you know, so when it cools down, something else can hopefully take over for it and keep carrying them. I know they're also trying to get into long form, but just having some issues doing that.
Yeah, like I have noticed, and this is not even to do with like Rip, just any short form creator. I've noticed like their long form videos just don't do well comparatively to like how many subscribers they have and how many views they get on shorts. Is that a thing? Like a YouTube thing, or like that's what I've noticed. It's just like even like completely 100% short form creators, they'll post a long form like millions of subscribers, and it'll be like 20K views or something like that. When they have like 4 million.
I mean, that's where I was to start. Like, I guess I feel like I'm a little bit of an anomaly. I got kind of lucky in my opinion, but like I was only short form when I started for like 6 months, and I had some stuff do really well, and I don't know, I got kind of lucky. The standard is like if you have successful short form, like subscribers do not directly translate to views on long form. Subscribers is a vanity metric nowadays, in my opinion. Like I'd love for YouTube to start using it in some way, but it does not matter. Like zero. Like you could have, like Broderick's doing it right now. His Frisbee Club account has 400 subscribers, but he's getting thousands of views on those videos because people want to watch Broderick. Like that's just how it is. And if a video performs well, the algorithm will push it to people that watch videos similar to Broderick's videos, and then it gets pushed. And so it's the same thing for like, I mean, take a look at Dynamic Discs YouTube channel. They have 100,000 subscribers, but they get 1,000 or 1,500 views as it stands, and I think that's just partially because momentum was lost.
Yeah,
and
I think that's probably just like an older subscriber base too, personally.
Well, also, I know YouTube at least, or no, I know for a fact YouTube uses your subscribers first as like a test to see if they should push it to more people, because so often I'll have a video do well with my subscribers, and YouTube will literally tell me and say, hey, this is overperforming with your subscribers, so we're going to push this outside of your typical reach. And so probably what is happening is Dynamic has a lot of legacy subscribers of like people from COVID who don't play disc golf anymore, who literally just aren't even interested in disc golf videos.
COVID, like since like 2000 whatever. Like a
and
long time ago.
Like because there was a time where Dynamic's channel was dead and a bunch of people left the sport, a lot of those subscribers are like looking at those videos and just not even clicking, not even interesting. And so like YouTube's like, I'm not going to push this to anyone. And so it's kind of the same thing with like short form creators to long form videos. Is like there was a time where I was gaining tons of subscribers from short form, and I was like, please stop. Like I don't want any more subscribers from short form content, because it was turning it like I'm at 120,000 subscribers on YouTube or something like that. And I only get like 30,000 views per video. Like not a big deal. Like that's pretty good in the space of disc golf. But it's like, dang, like if I'm getting 120,000 subscribers, I'd like to be getting 120,000 views per video.
Yeah, it's just because of the short. I have a theory that it's not a theory at all, but I have a theory that there's just some people on YouTube that will just subscribe once they see a reel, every single reel they see. Obviously that's a joke, but it's just like why do so many people just subscribe on like viral?
Here's my theory.
Shorts.
Here's my theory. So I think that my theory is that short form to long form translation in disc golf is better than other categories, because most of the time, if you see it, like in my opinion, disc golf is very niche. A disc golf short, if you're subscribing to watch a disc golf short, you're probably interested in watching a disc golf YouTube video. So in general, I think that's typically better. But my opinion of the like short YouTube shorts consumer is most of them are 8-year-olds, because I think that the YouTube shorts consumer skews younger than the Instagram, Facebook, TikTok consumer, because
that makes sense.
I think parents are much more likely to let their child use YouTube over some of that more well-known social media early. And so when it skews younger, I think younger kids are on shorts and there's a millions of views disc golf video or any video that has millions of views, and they're like, oh, I like this, like I want to see something else like this, so they subscribe. There is no translation of like, oh, I'm subscribing and now I'm going to go look at this channel and like click on these videos. It is just, hey YouTube, I'm subscribing to these shorts because I want to see more of these shorts. And so I think
I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
kind
just to
of
see
like
more shorts. Okay.
Yeah, I think subscribe to the YouTube shorts algorithm is kind of like a extra like, you know, like you liked it and then you subscribed on the short. And so it's like, I really like this short. And so it's so hard. Like they almost should have had some sort of separate metric, or like, you know, when you're scrolling shorts, you can see the name and then subscribe right there. Like I think they shouldn't have the subscribe button. I think it should just be like, and if you want to subscribe, you have to click on the channel, look at it, and then subscribe.
Yeah, that's actually a great solution.
I do think
like,
that people too often, like you said, will just be like, subscribe.
Because it's right there.
Subscribe.
It's just like, that is a good solution to like get more like dedicated, I guess, fans. Because I don't know, I feel like you're saying, like it could come back to like hurt channels, because like the dynamic disc example, I mean there's so many examples where like you have tons of subscribers because at one point it's very popular, and then maybe it's something shifted, and then all your subscribers just aren't from the shorts aren't clicking on your video because they're just seeing it, so YouTube's not going to push it. It's like, okay, this guy has 1 million subscribers and everyone's scrolling past his video. Why is that? So
something interesting
that's something that's interesting to think about that I never really thought about.
I mean, I have no connections at YouTube, But I feel like this is an issue that is popping up more and more nowadays because there are so many channels that have been around for 15 years. Something interesting that I think YouTube should do is give like channels the option to remove subscribers, because like with a dynamic, or even with me kind of, YouTube I'm sure has the analytics of like, oh, here are his subscribers, here is his core audience that is subscribed to him and will like watch all of his videos or some of his videos or like click on it sometimes. But I am sure there is a huge chunk of my subscribers that just like don't even give me a second glance when they're like looking at my videos. And I think it's even more exaggerated with dynamic discs. And so if there was a way where YouTube would give you an option that's like, hey, 80,000 subscribers to your YouTube channel, we don't even push your videos to them because like they never click it. Do you want to remove them as subscribers? Like, I think that would be a very successful thing to do to help revive older channels, because right now I think Dynamic's best option is to start an entire new channel. Like, I think that if they started an entire new channel, it would succeed much easier than trying to revive their channel, just because of the way the algorithm in YouTube is set up currently. But if you could remove all those subscribers, and then YouTube only sees it as being pushed to a handful and they're performing well, then I think it would be easier for a channel to grow.
Or we're talking about this. Like, I don't know the YouTube algorithm, like specifically, like all the coding, like exactly like what they're doing. But even if you want to keep your subscribers, they could just do, like you said, core subscribers. Like, okay, you have 120,000 subscribers, but 40,000 people are actively, at least for long form. Like, separate long form and short. In their algorithm, 40,000 people watches long form consistently. We're gonna push it to the 40,000 people and see how that performs with them, and not care about the other whatever amount. I think that's probably like, but that comes down to, like you said, you like knowing if YouTube's actually doing that. But if that's not the case, then yeah, sometimes starting a new channel might be the thing. If it's so heavily weighted on, okay, are your subscribers watching this? No, okay, then we're not pushing out.
Yeah.
I have a lot of thoughts, just because.
Yeah, sorry. We've just been yapping. You can go, Sacco.
I'm trying to even put them all together. Back to the part about talking about like removing subscribers, or even like the shorts that you post, and how maybe having like a separate thing for subscribe. Is that, I kind of want to play devil's advocate on that, because is that really a fault of the platform itself? Like, if we have an awareness of that, couldn't we choose to not post shorts if there's a fear involved with gaining subscribers that may not have an intention in investing themselves in the brand, and then just exclusively post on YouTube itself, just like long form videos? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, like, your guys' thoughts on that. And then Josh brought up Dynamic, which I know is a completely different thing. Starting a new channel is terrifying, and I don't know if I would ever do that, even though it sounds good. But it almost makes it sound like YouTube is kind of valuing someone like Broad's new channel because he's able to get more views than he even has subscribers, as opposed to Dynamic, who is in the opposite problem, where they have this giant base that they can't be pulling from, and then YouTube, in a way, feels like the word I can come up with right now is like scolding them, just being like, yeah, hey, it's not working. So it's like you get pushed down. I don't even know if there was an actual question in any of that. I think it was just the devil's advocate aspect, but then by that point we moved on. But I at least felt like it was worth sharing.
Well, like, so I feel like when Shorts first came out, I don't know if you guys remember, but a lot of big channels made short specific channels, like Mr. Beast Shorts.
Well, that's because where they couldn't get it on their main profile, right?
Well, it was like multiple reasons, but one of the reasons, I'm sure one of the reasons was that, but one of the reasons I know for a lot of channels was like they didn't know how it would affect their long form videos. They were worried that by posting shorts, their long form videos would not get pushed to the same amount of people because their shorts would perform bad or perform good or whatever. And so they were like, okay, let's do that. So to go back to what you mentioned, Sacco, and being like, okay, well, I don't really want these subscribers, I'm not going to post shorts. That's pretty much the boat I am in right now.
Really?
Because like if you go and look, like I haven't had a short do well in a long time. Now I'm still posting shorts, and if one did well, I'd be happy. But like I am not prioritizing it because like for me, I think I have been pretty capped on like views on shorts and then views that translate to long form. Now I'd like to start pushing into it again at some point, but like the issue with that mindset is like, I don't know, like I have some banging shorts ideas that I'm like, oh, I'd like to post these, but like if I can't, like, to be frank with you guys, Rip is getting millions of views on some shorts on YouTube. Like that's probably a couple grand in revenue. So like if like if your mindset is, oh, I don't post shorts because they do too well, it's like not an insignificant amount of money. And so like that's definitely a big factor as well, is it's like, what do you value more? And that's why I've kind of stopped, is it's because it's like, yeah, I might make a little bit of money posting shorts that do really well, but I'm also, in my opinion, kind of hurting myself for my long form video and my longevity in the space by adding an optic that's like, oh man, wow, this guy's at 250,000 subscribers, but he only gets 10,000 views on his videos. I mean, I don't get 10, I get a little bit more than that. But like I think there's a level of optics that's like people would see that and be like, well, I'm not going to watch this video because he's a shorts form creator, or whatever. Like I think there is optics associated that hurt someone.
I think there is optics for I think so too.
Yeah.
And
so that's why I'm hesitant.
Can we afford to be picky in that regard? Because like especially if we are trying to reach new people, I feel like shorts are potentially the best way to do that, and we are pulling them in. Yeah. So it's a weird catch-22 about trying to find the balance. It sounds like
that's what I was about to say. It's like you still post shorts because, well, let's say you get a short that gets 40,000 subscribers, like, and half of the subscribers are like actually dedicated disc golf, and they found you only through that. So I think it's like you still have to post shorts. I think that's like part of the game we play and trying to get like fans and stuff. It's like some of those are going to be dedicated. And sorry, I want to clarify something. I meant before, when shorts came out, it would pop up on the YouTube, their main feed profile. There's not a separated feed, video and shorts.
Said like hashtag shorts.
Yeah, so it'd be like I just did this, and then it would be like a weird like vertical thing under it. So
I know what you're talking about.
That's why.
Yeah,
that's what I meant to say.
Yeah, I agree. Like that's kind of the back and forth that I've had the whole time. I think that this is a very entrenched thing that only a few channels have ran into. Like I think Rip is tending into this area where like if they keep having shorts go ballistic but have no long forms that do well, I think they're gonna really hurt themselves in the long run. Now, I think it's recoverable easily. Like I don't think it'll be like the biggest issue ever. I just think that it could hurt them. Something I think that they should do, and I think I told it to Bodanza, who I think told it to the Rip guys, but maybe I should text them just in case. But I think they should make a long form video called "We Asked 100 Disc Golfers How Far They Throw," and pretty much make the format of the video starting from like MA4 and go all the way up to MPO, and have like little challenges and like just segment it like that. And then all of the how far do you throw videos on YouTube can push back to that video, because I think this is something that YouTube has done to really try to help translate short form to long form, is you can tag long form videos in your shorts.
Yeah.
And so like for me, I've done shorts that had millions of views that directly correlated to some long form video I had, and then my long form video performed really well, partially because it was a good video, but partially also just because people would click on it from the short. And so I think if Rip can really start having some long form videos that correlate to some of these really good short form ideas they have, I think it'll help them a ton. At the end of the day, what I was going to say though is, like, if you are a smaller creator, don't think about this. Literally just make as much short form and long form you can that's high quality, because this is an issue that you won't run into until you're successful and probably happy with what you're making.
Well, is there an angle where, like, Rip is just short forms? Like, there's so many, I feel like now, short form content, like the dollar or mystery box guy is it's an actual. I know Rip has done that style, but that comes from an actual shorts creator that does that in, like, real life, like college campus, like $1, and he gives them AirPods or something crazy. James So or something is his name, and that's all he does. Like, it's just short form. He doesn't care, and he's super successful, probably making a lot of money. I mean, he was at the Mr. Beast games after party, like, invited by Mr. Beast. Like, I wasn't even invited. I just stuck in there, but he was actually there, invited. So Mr. Beast sees that, and they collabed and stuff like that with Mr. Beast. So he sees that. So it was like, they're at an angle, like, and then another thing. There's two things, I guess, to this that I just realized. When I was in Beast games, the YouTuber Lazarbeam, if you guys know Lazarbeam, like
Lazarbeam,
Fortnite, he was talking to, like, someone next to me during, like, the briefcase challenge, and she was like, "How do you become a creator or whatever?" He's like, right now, I know this sounds stupid, but, like, the best thing I'm seeing right now is like doing your shorts, but put them into a compilation. And he was referencing Skibidi Toilet. He's like, I know this sounds stupid, but Skibidi Toilet is getting over 100 million views just because they're compiling all their shorts and putting in one long form video. And because instead of scrolling, it's just like people would rather just click on a video and watch it. Now, I will say Skibidi Toilet is kind of like linear. There's like kind of like a story, not really. So, like, I don't know if that would work for, like, that disc golf, but I think, like, what if they just delve straight into shorts and literally their long form videos, it's just compilations of their short form videos, because that's what Lazarbeam said. It was, like, kind of like working the best. So yeah, that was a two-part. Like, I think they could just, like, I did, so, like, 3 years ago I kind of did the social-esque, like, make it over Maple Hills Pond, win $100 or, like, ace, whatever. And I think why I think the Rip guys are so smart is, like, I felt like it performed very well. Like for disc golf for me. Like, some of the videos got like 30K views, some of them got 10, 20, whatever. So, like, I did that. That was kind of my angle in the YouTube world when I was first trying to be a YouTuber and stuff like that. But now looking back on it, obviously I don't think shorts were a thing back then. But looking back on it, if I had shorts, or actually they were a thing. I don't know what I'm saying. They definitely were a thing. But for all the effort that I put into, like, making, like, 30 people contestants for, like, making over in Maple Hill, that was my first video that popped off and did really well. For the aces, the amount of throws, if I could just segment that into shorts, I don't think I would have been as burnt out of creating these videos, and I think I would have done a lot better, because once I posted how to make over Maple Hills Pond, yeah, it had a good life of getting a lot of views, but then then it's over. But if I could segment that, all 20 of those contestants into shorts, I don't know. I feel like that type of content is just meant for shorts. And if I were to do it again, now seeing, obviously, like, hindsight 20, I'm seeing Rip, what Rip's doing. It's like 100% credit to them. But, like, I think it would have been way better if I just stuck with the shorts. But also, I don't think the short game back then was as prominent. So, I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, So I definitely think that they can be shorts only. Like I said, I think they're probably making pretty good money right now, and I've heard some sponsorship opportunities that they've turned down, which have been pretty
that's
insane.
pretty cool.
But what I'll say is kind of the point I already tried to make is I don't think that they can rely on this one good format that they have for the rest of time. I think that if they keep finding good formats, or here's what I'll start this thought with. Maintaining an audience core with long form videos, I believe, is 10 times easier than maintaining a short form audience core. Right now, Rip has a short form audience core. They have a minimum of like 1 million views per video. What I think will happen is those how far do you throw videos will stop performing as well. Now, if it becomes the secondary or third like best format they have for short form, they could be short form creators for the rest of time if they continue to iterate and continue to get themselves in front of their short form audience. But I think that short form audience is much shallower than long form audience, and that is why I think that
I agree with that sense.
Like every short forms creator tries to pivot into long form successfully or unsuccessfully. Now, my opinion is I think Rip will figure out long form and do really well in long form, so I don't think they'll run into this issue. But like, I also think that like people being interested in disc golf shorts is like you have to have the best idea ever. Like when it comes to long form, like we're kind of just pulling from people interested in disc golf. Like my goal is to have videos in style of videos that someone who's never played disc golf before would want to click on. But for the most part, I am capped by how big disc golf is. And I think that still applies to shorts as well. Like they could have this cool format about understable, overstable discs or whatever. But if you don't know what that is, no one's going to watch it. And so how far do you throw is one of the best ones because no one needs to really understand disc golf stuff. Like I was talking to, I think one of them in one of their shorts that did really well. There's a comment that's like about the guy who has the guy throwing has a chalk bag and he's like tossing it up and down and like uses it before he throws. There's a comment that has like 400,000 likes on it or something crazy. That's like, what the heck is that thing he has? Like, why does he have that? You know? And to us disc golfers, it's like the most obvious thing in the world. But to non-disc golfers, it's like, what the frick is a chalk bag? Like, why the heck would you, what is this white powder? You know? And so I feel like that's a perfect example of it's going to be really hard to find more formats that are super easy to understand while also being super intriguing to a non-disc golfer.
So, I just thought of this. What if they just... Because I was talking about, like, my long-form videos. Like, I could have just segmented those while posting in long form.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that might be the solution. It's just, like, they do all their things, record... Well, it would take a lot of effort and whatever, but maybe they take a month to record everything. And then just post the long form. We asked 50 people how far they throw, and then each contestant is a short. And then I think
they should totally do that. Like
you get both sides.
That's definitely a good way.
Yeah, I think it's just like you combine both of those, and because I could have done that, and now I'm realizing, but I just didn't. I just didn't segment it. I just kept it all on the thing, and I think that was good and bad. And then I think for them, they have so much stuff, but I think the biggest sentiment to take away is like you're saying, like the I feel like the long form, well, if you're like doing well long form, people are way more invested, like I guess financially is what I'll say, like where it's like Broad, like obviously he doesn't have like the most subscribers comparatively to Rip, but I guarantee Broad can sell like so much more stuff and has like can do like a Patreon and stuff like that. So I do think that is the case where it's like, how do you capture that fan base to stick with you and be a fan of you and not just like the vids, I guess.
Yeah, I think that you can use me as an example because like last year I feel like was my really like breakout year of like I was in foundation, and there was a lot of people who found me through other disc golf content with the creator challenge, just like a lot of stuff that went down that was really good for me. But like early last year, I did a drop of Jimothy Buzzes. And this is like after 2 years of making content and like having some really successful long form videos. And I think we did 100 of them. And I feel like it took like a month to sell them. And I remember thinking like, this is such a good idea. Like people who follow my channel will like love this, blah, blah, blah. And it took a long time. And I was like, dang, this sucks. And I remember thinking in the moment, it was just like, I just don't have that audience depth yet, because a lot of my success came from short form. And then like when a long form video would pop off, it was, in my opinion, just because I had a really good title thumbnail that was like very appealing. And so no one really cared as much to watch me. They just cared about whatever idea I had. And then my shorts would bolster that. Then flash forward to this year, and you know, we went a little more aggressive with the drop when I announced I was on Team Discmania, and we got 300 discs. I sold out of those in like a day. Like, I think that really shows how the depth of my audience has transferred to long form now, after being in the space long enough, as well as having enough successful YouTube videos. Here's the encouraging thing, I think, is if Rip can maintain a hold on their shorts core audience for multiple years, I think they could have people that are that devoted to them to like support them. The issue is, I think, to maintain short core audience for an extended period of time is 50 times harder than it is to do on long form. I think the biggest thing about building a community of people who want to watch your videos, I think it's so much easier on long form than it is on short form. So I kind of said that I don't think they can do it. I think they can do it. Like, I think they can build a depth of audience with short form. I just think it's so much harder because it's so algorithmic. It's not really based on like followers and like people looking at stuff and home feed or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I want to hear Andrew Manganelli. I know you're listening to this. Comment below your opinions on all this.
Should we just have him on?
Yeah, I guess next week maybe. But I will say, as obviously we're a podcast, we need stuff to talk about. I will say, out of all of this is just us brainstorming for Rip. But I will say, Rip, you are crushing it.
Oh,
yeah. It's actually insane how you just came into the space and are just blowing everything out of the water. This is just more us like podcasting and like our business ideas. Like, obviously it's like even Mr. Beast, the biggest creator in the world, is always thinking like, oh, what else can we do? So that's what I will say. Don't take this as like, oh, Rip, you got to do this. This is like, Rip, you're incredible, and we're just like
keep seeing you be incredible.
Yeah, thinking of stuff for the future and just like bouncing off each other.
That was quite the segment.
Columbus. Let
Columbus,
us know.
You already know. Should we wrap up at that point? I mean, there were like, again, parts of that I had thoughts for, but the boys were running with it, so just let them.
We were cooking. This is so funny. It turned into just like a Rip disc golf business consultant or like form. It was just I was just curious because I don't like, obviously Jay Millie is way more like expert than I was just like curious what is this? What could happen? So I think it's cool that we got that kind of both perspective of me just being like, would this work? And then Jay Milley's like, has been through it all. So I think that was really awesome. And if you're a content creator, I know Funzy, sometimes we talk about random stuff, but that was definitely a content creator disc golf special. So I hope you got something from it. Basically, if you want to take away from this is just do shorts and long form.
Yeah.
and just make it cool. I don't know.
I love that. I mean, that feels like a great spot to wrap it up. Joe's calling me right now as we speak, and he's leaving me a voicemail, which is super cool.
Yeah.
Is that good with you guys?
Yeah, you got a lot of work to do, Sacco.
just. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys. We appreciate you listening. Loving doing this on a weekly basis now. We have our solidified spot. So
we're grooving.
We're grooving. Until next time, guys. Peace out. Funzy out.
Funzy.